Hello everyone and welcome to another Verbling class. Tonight's class, describe what you see. In this class we get to practice providing descriptions of rich images using as many adjectives as we can. Hi Wellington.
Hello Simon, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, it's a good weekend, a good day because here in Brazil is holiday. So I spent all day studying and resting at
I
the same
love
time.
holidays.
I me too. I me too.
All right, well, good to hear that. And beside you we have Ken. Hello Ken.
Hi there, hello everybody.
Where are you from?
Hello.
I'm from Germany. I'm attending from Germany. I originally come from Turkey.
Okay, well welcome. Your English is very good.
Thank you very much. I hope to improve it more.
Well, we should all hope for that, even us native English speakers. Language is a constant learning process.
Okay.
So welcome. And David, hello
Thank you.
David.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, good and busy weekend with my children.
How many children again, two?
I have two children, a son and a daughter.
That's awesome. It's really awesome. I only had one child to spend my weekend with. All right, well, guys, let's go ahead and get started. And Alexander, welcome. I'm going to show you guys images, and I want you guys to provide a description. Provide as much detail as you can. I'm going to use a timer that I have here so that each student gets a fair amount of time. And I'm going to set it to, let's see, how many minutes here? At first, I'll give you guys 2 minutes apiece. Okay? So let's see. Oh, the class is filling up quickly. So hello, Adela. Welcome. It's good to see you back. Alexander, I saw you just arrived. Evelyn, welcome. And Miriam. So guys, this class is very simple. I will show you an image, such as this one here. And then you get to describe it. You tell me as much detail about the image as you can. Try to use as many adjectives as you can. So when we think about adjectives, we think of color. What type of color do we see? What are the size or the perspective of the image? What objects do we see in the image? And are the objects relating to each other? I'm going to start from Adela and move across the class. So Adela, you've got 2 minutes starting now.
It's a picture about a photograph, but it's a child photograph. It's not normal. He's a child with where the child wear a hat, green hat. Is a hat is not appropriate to the child. Is not appropriate to the photo machine they have to take maybe a photo. The machine is bigger than the normal to a child, and they are grass or maybe something green, maybe beets or etc. I don't know exactly. On the background, and a blue sky, a green background. Is trees, beach. I don't know exactly because it's not very clear. It's not exactly, but because I think the focus is on the child. The child has a C in front.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, very good. We have a child here operating a camera, or at least they're trying to make it look as though the child is operating the camera. And only the child is in focus. We can see a large green hat, the grass is tall and green, and the background is blurred. It's hard to make out what we see, but it certainly looks like there are some trees in the background. Well done. All right, let me see. Here's another image. And Alexander, are you ready? You've got 2 minutes to describe this image as richly as you can. Starting now. You're on mute, Alexander. All right, well, we'll go to Ken. I don't know what's happening with Alexander. Ken, would you like to describe the image there?
Yes, I will try to.
Thank you.
Well, on the image you can see a middle-aged woman, about I'll guess about 30 years old probably, and next to her there's a lion baby, and the background is once again blurred. In the background you can see probably a shop. It's got blue walls, and the people in the behind are looking to that woman, seem to be surprised and amazed. And now I can't see anymore the image. Okay, and well, the woman is wearing dark clothes, long clothes, kind of wool, and she's got something in her hand, probably a basket or something like that. It seems that she is feeding the lion. She's got well, something on her head. I don't know the word for it. It's not a hat, but she's got something on her head that covers her head. She's got pink shoes. It seems to be cold. She's wearing thick clothes, and also the other guys who are watching her are wearing winter clothes. So, well, I guess that's all which that can be mentioned.
Okay, that's terrific. Very well described with only 15 seconds left. So what I would say is, I don't know, that kind of looks like meat to me. Now, why she's carrying a slab of meat, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I think she's a brave woman.
Indeed, she is.
Excellent. All right, Alexander, are you with us now? Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah.
Excellent. All right, well, let's see what image we can get for you. How about this image, Alexander?
Oh my gosh. But before I start, can you call me the name of this animal?
Well, okay, let me stop then. On the left side, that looks like a penguin.
No, I mean on the right.
Yeah, on the right side, I'm not sure what that is. I'm not even sure
Is
if
it
that's
sort of a whale?
Well, it looks a bit like a seal, but I tell you what, I don't want to take away from the image. I want you to describe it as best you can. Even if you don't know what it is, tell us what you think it is, okay?
Uh-huh.
All right, go ahead, please.
So, as I already said, there are two animals. On the left side, it looks like a penguin, and on the right side, it's a sort of whale or seal. And this action is going under the water, and probably this animal on the right is going to eat the penguin, or he's just very angry. But no, perhaps he's going to eat him. And the water looks very. The water is not clear. It's look quite dirty, and also at the bottom at the top of the picture there is sparks, a little bit sparks, and on the bottom of sea there are some stones, some vegetations. I don't know what else. And this animal on the right side looks um, pretty dangerous, as well as he's I think he's gray colored, or it may be an effect of the water. But in general, he looks dark. He looks dark, like dark animal. What else can I add? And on the top of the picture, there is a reflection of this animal. All right.
Yeah, or maybe, you know, they're just playing, right? They could be just playing.
Yeah.
No. Okay, thank you very much, Alexander. David, you'll be next once I select an image. Guys, maybe you've noticed, and I try to mute myself because as you guys are talking, I'm typing in the group chat. So if you're unsure of what another student is saying, you can take a look later. Also, if you are talking, sometimes I'll reword things a little bit, or I'll put things in brackets. So you might say machine, and I'll put in brackets camera. The water's quite dirty or unclear, I'll put in brackets turbid, which is a better word to describe it. All right, David, let's see what image I can come up with for you. Let's do this one, David. You describe that image for us, please.
Okay. Here in this picture, we can see 3 happy men because they are drinking beer, dark beer, and we can see one of them, the one in the center of the picture, wears a yellow shirt, and the others wear a gray shirt. They are in a bar or in a pub, I think, and they are celebrating something. In the top of the picture, we can see these all kind of glasses used to drink beer, and close to them there are, and I don't know how to say this, the machine you have to pull to get beer, and I don't know how to say. There are draft handles, okay, and there are 2 types of draft handles. Traditional one, this kind of handles you have to pull several times to get the beer, and the other kind of handles that you only have to pull one time and wait to get the beer. And behind them we can see a lot of drinks like gin, whiskey, bourbon, some glasses, and okay.
All right, yeah, well done. Very good. All right, we now go on to, oh, by the way, guys, you're not going to, the typing I'm doing point form. You're not going to get complete sentence grammar. You might even get the odd spelling mistake. If you're unsure if I spelt it correctly, ask me a question in the chat or when it's your turn. All right, it's Evelyn's turn next. Evelyn, hello.
Hi.
Hi, Evelyn. Where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
Mexico. Ah, one of the countries to our south, a neighbor. Which are
Yes.
you close to the ocean, or are you in the mountains?
Um, I'm close to the east coast, but I'm not close to the ocean.
Okay. Well, great. Welcome to class.
Thank you.
You see this image here. If you could please describe it for me. Please close the door because I can hear the baby. If you could describe the image here, I'll give you 2 minutes as well. Provide as much detail as you can, if you could, please, Evelyn.
Okay. There are 4 camels and 5 people. They are crossing. It seems to be like a river or something like that. The sky and the water is really blue, bright blue. Behind there like a palace, or I don't know the name of that, and the people are wearing like clothes in their heads, and also the camels. The one in red seems like he's the leader because he's in the front. And we can see also in the background that there are like many trees. There are a few clouds in the sky. It seems like as they are walking through the river, it's deeper, the river. And I see 3 columns in that palace behind.
Great, thank you. All right, so we heard a couple of things here, and Wellington said maybe it's a mosque. I'm going to go ahead and suggest that this is India, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the Taj Mahal. Now, why do I say that? Well, if we look right here, it says Indian travel packages. So, and I'm not an expert on India, but that does look like it could be the Taj Mahal. And the fabric or the hats that they're wearing, I think those, if I'm not sure, I can't really tell in detail, but they look like they could be something like a turban.
Yes, you're right.
But it's really hard to tell at this. But based on the rest of the picture, I think that's a safe guess. All right, thank you very much, Evelyn. Hello, Jose.
Hi, Simon.
So good that you could join us.
Yes.
I've got an image here for you. Would you like to provide as much detail as you can? You've got 2 minutes.
Okay. I see a beautiful image in the background. I see a big tree, and this tree has a big root. On the left, I see a big root, and on the right, I see another big root. The root that I see on the right, they has this root has 3 ramifications. On the background, I see a big river or a big lake. I see high mountains too. I think that the weather is clear. I see the sky without clouds. Possibly is the picture has been taken when the sun is rising or is hiding. I don't know. I see in the deep of the river or the lake some rocks too. I think that the water is very clear because I see the rocks clearly.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, when we're talking about water, guys, some words you can use to describe it. If the water's clear,
yes,
we would say it has a very low turbid level.
Very low
turbid. Turbidity.
Very low turbid. Okay.
Turbidity. And it refers to how many particles are in the water. So if it's very cloudy, it's highly turbid. It's a term used by scientists and people describing water.
Okay.
Now, if you live near an ocean, well, you have seawater mixing with fresh water, and we call that brackish water. And it simply means water that is not
brackish water,
and water that is not completely fresh. So it's a mixture.
It's a mixture. Okay.
Thank you, Jose.
Okay, thank you, Simon.
Miriam, hello.
Hello, Simon.
How are you?
Fine, and doing well.
Good, good. What country are you from?
I'm from Colombia.
Wonderful. Okay, well, Miriam, I would really love it if you could describe this photo here. I'd say this is probably the only photo we've seen so far with a close-up of people. So you've got 2 minutes. Could you please describe this photo, and maybe you could also tell us how it makes you feel or what it makes you think about.
Okay. I see this photo and I think it's a sad one because you can see the black child crying while he's playing a song in his violin. I just wonder what kind of song should it be. Well, maybe he's from Africa. I don't know because of his skin color, and he has something wrong with his teeth. Well, I can see that behind him there is another child with clearer skin. He's also playing the maybe the same song, but as compared to the child in front of him, he's not crying, but he's staring at some other point while he's playing. Maybe he's looking for someone else, or the orchestra director. About the conditions of the day. It's a perhaps a sunny day with no rain. What else I can tell? No, I think that's all I can say.
All right, that's fine. You only had 10 seconds left. Well done. Yeah, I was puzzled by this photo. We see two children. They're both playing at the same time because we can tell we've got the, I don't know what that device is that causes the strings to vibrate. They're both playing at the same time. Why is the one boy crying? We don't know. We really don't have enough information. All right, Miriam, thank you very much. Mauricio, hello, Mauricio.
Hello, Simon.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm doing very well, thanks. What country are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil. Well, hola. Welcome to tonight's class. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. If you can do your best to describe this image that you see here.
So, first, I see many cars, probably 12 or more cars, and it seems a race. I don't know, it's before the race or after the race, and exportive cars and maybe expensive cars, and I see a man. He's walking a front of the cars, and he looks like a pilot, and he is wearing white, and just his shoes are black, and I see a logo and right, and on the right of the picture, and the logo is up here. Probably is a logo of the game, and I think just it.
Good. That was only about 10 seconds left, so well done. So yeah, we see a series of exotic cars lined up diagonally on what appears to be an abandoned road or a drag strip or some sort of racing circuit. It's hard to tell. So thank you very much for that. And now we go to Wellington. Wellington, it's taken a while to get to you today.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right, well, let's see if I can't come up with
easy.
a lot of classes. Okay, you know what? Let's go with this image here. Wellington,
Okay.
describe it for me, please.
We see a portrait of maybe a map of America, some parts of Europe, and I think is Spain, and this picture took it from above, and we see points of light, and we see the ocean, we see some parts we see that are similar to the ground, to the earth. So I think in these areas, and maybe there's not people, and maybe this part of the ground is drought, and between we see a bay. We see a bay that separates the Africa from Europe. We can see this, and whoa, this picture is very difficult for me. Okay, the colors, we see the blue, the greens, a mixture of the colors that, yeah, between blue, green, yellow.
Thank you, Wellington. All right. No, when there's 9 students in a class, I'm very tough with the time because
Yes,
you
of
guys
course.
got 2 minutes of talk time, and we'll only have enough for one more round. So it's the unfortunate thing of a sold-out class. But what I want to do now is I want to give you guys only a minute of talk time. And I want to see how well you do on the next round of images. So I'm going to go back to Adela. And let's see here. Pick different ones for you. All right, Adela, could you please describe this image?
This image maybe is a TV image or a media image about the weather forecast for Ireland and British United Kingdom. We see a scheme about the two country. After that, there are points, big points to mark the main city, and we have a picture about the clouds and sun. Is depend to the weather. When the background is blue and the two country are in green. The clouds, white clouds, maybe. Okay.
Right, so I used the word icon there. When we see these little images, also known years ago as clip art, we call them icons. Sometimes we just call them images. All right, Alexander, are you ready, sir?
Yeah.
All right, you've got a minute to describe this image.
There is a great and mysterious tree in the center of the picture. This picture is actually very wonderful and amazing because there are a lot of colors, I mean bright colors, and it seems like in some theory because it makes me feel like I'm in a fairy tale. Maybe it was taken at Scotland because there are a lot of beautiful picturesque landscapes. Of course, there are a lot of leaves which look very thick because they must. All right.
Thank you. No, it's tough when you've only
Yes.
got a minute. All right, and Ken, you're next. Now, I'm going to do things a little differently. I'm not going to type this time, but what I will do is if I think you guys are having any trouble, what I'll do is I'll throw some words there to maybe help you out or maybe give you some suggestions. So, Ken, you've got a minute. Can you describe this image, please?
Okay. Well, in this image you can see some kind of advertisement of a program, of a channel, and there are different pictures of movies. There is a picture of an adventure film of Captain America and the Lego the movie and so on. It seems there are different categories which have been imaged on this page. Also, you've got different categories from aspects of from another aspect to choose between movies and TV shows and music and so on. The page is divided into three main parts. On the upper main part you can see the pictures of the movies. In the middle part you can choose the category, as already said, and in the last bottom line you can find names of channels.
Thank you. All right. Yes, and this is actually an image of, I believe, Apple TV. So it's a multimedia content management system for you guys to download, to watch, to view. Obviously, you have to pay some sort of fee. All right. Let's see who is next. David, you've got a minute. Please go ahead and describe this image.
Okay. Here we have an image of a city. I think of Europe, because the bottom of the picture we can see a big monument with a woman at the top. We can see several buildings and a font in the middle of the picture. Many people walking, and we can see also some buses and cars, and the day is sunny. We can't see any clouds in the sky, and the building on the right, it's an official building, I think, because the
Okay, thank you. This is actually a photo of Trafalgar Square, and in that center column is known as Nelson's Column. It's a very historic part of London. Leading up, one of the roads leading up from that square actually leads directly to Buckingham Palace. It's known as the Mall. So if you ever go to London, you'll definitely want to check out Trafalgar Square. All right. Yes, who's that?
Mauricio. The name is Font.
Sorry, font?
Yeah.
Or what font?
Oh, I don't know in English. The name of the thing.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you write it down, because we've limited the time. So when I get to your turn, we can spend some of your time talking about it, or just type it and I'll answer while somebody else has their turn.
Thank you.
All right. Now I've lost my mind. Whose turn is it next? Is it David or Evelyn?
Evelyn.
Evelyn, thank you, David. Evelyn, we have an image for you here. You've got a minute. Could you please describe it?
Okay. There are houses. They seem to be under the water. I don't know how is the correct word. It seems to be like a hurricane just passed. There are windows on the houses, and a blue sign and a red sign. The water is turbid.
Highly turbid.
And we can barely see a fence.
All right, thank you. So yeah, this is a flood. The water is very turbid, but we can see that the water is receding, right? So a little bit of information there.
Okay.
And all right, so Jose, could you describe this image, please?
Yes. I see a beautiful woman. In his hands, she had a kind of animal. I don't know the name of this animal, but I like it. On the background, I see a lot of trees and a big lake or a river. I think that this picture was taken in some wild country. I see on the left on the right of the image, I see a boat. In this boat, I see three children. I see two. The animal. I think is very
All right, thank you
very
very
happy.
much. All right, next we have Miriam. Could you please describe this image?
Right. This is a mother or a woman nourishing a baby with perhaps baby formula. So I see the child is pretty calm and looking at the woman. He is about to finish. I don't know what's the name of the container. All right.
Bottle.
And just bottle. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well. I can see that he is on a cushion, a color one that says joy, and that's all I think.
That's actually a breastfeeding cushion. You can tell by looking at it. So yeah, in English, we say, like if my wife say, "Can you get the bottle?" or "Can you get me some formula?" Yeah, we don't even have to say baby bottle. We can just say, "Get me some formula." And it's pretty obvious that I have to use the baby bottle for that. So in English, it's pretty common to say that.
Okay.
All right.
It's okay.
Thank you. Mauricio, you had some questions?
No. The name is Fontaine.
Fountain.
Fountain.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Terrific. All right, Mauricio, if you can describe this image for us, please.
Yeah. This is an interesting picture. It's about one girl. She is sitting in a bank, and behind her there is oh, I forgot, a shark, a big pictures of shark, and the shark is eating a girl, supposed to be eating a girl, and there is something in a floor. I don't know what is this, but
all right, thank you. Yeah, a rather bizarre image here that we see. I guess it's some artwork here. It's we see the. I don't know. I don't think it's sculpted at all. I think it's some sort of fabricated or modeled shark image, probably for some sort of movie or something. I'm not sure why it would be done, but very interesting photo nonetheless. So now I've got to come up with an interesting image for Wellington. What can I possibly come up with for Wellington? Something different, something interesting, something bizarre maybe, something a little ridiculous. How about this one? Or this one? This one? Or this one? Let's do this one.
Okay.
Wellington, you have a minute.
We see a scary dog. Maybe he is possessed by evil, by something like very bad. He's in the front of the picture. Behind it, we see a house, a tree, but come back to the dog. He is a little bald. His eyes are gray. Her tooth is her mouth is open. We see some of her tools. I think he lost some tools. We see
Thank you. And those we'd say teeth. So we've got his paw in his mouth, and it looks like the dog is definitely missing some teeth. Evil? I don't know. I think this dog is just really old. He's blind, and poor bugger. Good thing he's blind because he is pretty scary looking. All right, we're going to do another 1 minute each. I'm going to go back to Adela. And Adela, instead of just describing what you see, the purpose of this round is describe what you feel. What does the image make you think about? Adela, you've got a minute.
Yes, it's about feeling the picture for me because it's a creature. I think same a mouse, but same a gremlin. They have the hair. Overall, these eyes, so green, yellow, is a very horrible. Maybe can see a typus of, but maybe can be same. It's not agreeable. It's very scary. I don't like his. Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, next image here. Let's see, what can we come up with? Oh yeah, this. Oh, I accidentally opened the image. Let's close that. So back to my other screen. Alexander, you've got a minute. If you could describe this one, please.
All right. So in the center of the picture, we see a quite developed city where there are a lot of landscapes. I'm sorry. The name of this building escapes me. So anyway, and of course there are reflections and the river, which looks very clear, and the sun is going down on the background of the picture, and on the left, on the right side, it looks like suburbs, and I think yes, it's maybe suburbs or some regions where people live in, and oh, I forgot to mention about the bridge, which is between two sides of land, and these tall buildings. All right.
Thank you. We'd call those tall buildings skyscrapers.
Skyscrapers.
Yeah, it's an urban environment. That's urban means city or built up. Yeah, and it's dusk, or maybe it's the early hours of the morning. Kind of hard to tell at this point. All right, so let's see. Let's find my next picture, and let's see who's next. Ken. All right, let's see what image we can find you. Here we go. Ken, can you describe this image, please? Or what it makes you think about? Because the focus to this round really is, when you see the image, how does it make you feel?
Okay. Well, this picture makes me feel, gives me a good emotion, because the small one, the child, is trying to hug or trying to play with the dog, and the dog is just sitting calmly there and very patiently and very friendly. This gives me an emotion of friendship, of a very calm emotion, and this reminds me that the dog is the human's best friend. And another thing is that the environment is foggy and quite dark and gray, and the main focus of this friendship underlines the meaning of the photo and the emotions which are woken up in me. So that's all. I think that's okay.
Perfect. And as you can tell by the time, you finished.
Yeah.
Right on time.
Very well. Okay.
All right. So David, you're next, and let's see what image I can come up with for you. Yeah, this one here, David.
Okay, this picture reminds me my last summer when I got my boat license to drive boats, and it reminds me the time I spent with my family, the beach, and I hope the next summer I can do the same things, and I am waiting for this time because I really like the beach. I like to play with my children on the beach, to dive, to do windsurf and surf and many sports, water sports. And it's a colorful picture, and I think makes me happy.
Thank you, David. Thank you very much. All right, Evelyn, let's see if I can come up with an image for you. And here we go. Evelyn, if you could describe that image, please.
That image makes me feel tenderness because it's a newborn baby, I think. He or she is sleeping, and I feel like everything is relaxed just looking at him or at she. The baby is wearing a gray hat and a blanket, and a person is holding him or her, and I don't know, I just feel very calm.
Thank you. Very well described. All right, Jose, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Similar theme? Go ahead,
Yes.
please.
I think that the child is very happy because he is having a bath. On the background, the image is a little blurry, but I think that the image is focused on the child. The child. I think that they could be from China or some country, or China or Japan. The child is without clothes. For me, the image is very.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right, and now we go to Miriam, and I think this is the last of the baby images. Miriam, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I see a little child that is curious. Here she is staring at something. Maybe it is maybe it's about a person that is next to him or her in a car. I can see by the way the light reflects in the eyes. I also see that the baby has a cute shirt with strips, and there is a little fox on it that says "little guy," and maybe the child is tied, is in a special chair designed for babies.
All right.
All right.
Again, another person right to the minute. Well done. So yeah, excellent. All right, and it looks like everyone's going to get a turn. So now we go to Mauricio. Mauricio, let's see what image I can get for you. Let's pick somewhere completely different. Here we go. Could you describe this image, please?
Yeah, the picture undergo me cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably at that time is winter time, and there is a girl, and she's wearing a very how can I say, very warm coat,
Mm-hmm.
and hat, and behind her there is a lake or a river, and it is snowing, and behind the lake there are many buildings. Probably is in Europe. That's it.
Thank you, Mauricio. Thank you. All right, Wellington, I'm going to pick you something a little different here. Let's see what I can come up with for you. There we go. Mauricio, you've got a minute. If you could describe that image, please.
The image, I feel confused. I can explain the situation because the people is with their heads underground, and maybe they are looking for something, but maybe they. I don't know, because maybe they are candidates to a job and participating in a selection. We see two men, one girl. They are using formal clothes, but the scenario is very confused. It's very.
All right, thank you. All right, so for the remaining couple of minutes, what I will do is I'll describe a few images so you can hear the sound of my voice and how I enunciate my words clearly. And maybe you can hear a few new words at the same time. So this image here, to continue what Wellington was saying, is an image of people with their heads in the sand. There's a certain bird that when it's afraid, it puts its head in the ground. So when we see business people dressed up formally, as they are in this image, it's a way of saying they're not paying attention to what's going on around them. They just don't care. Business might be going badly, but they just don't seem to care. Their head's buried in the sand. They're unaware.
Okay.
All right, so let me run through a few images here. So here we see a man or a woman with a remote control that is designed to control the TV. We see various colored buttons, from a bright orange power button with the international symbol for on and off. We see some red and green buttons and other buttons of various sizes described or designed to control this blurred TV. So the focus is obviously on the remote. Here we see a dog that woke up on the wrong side of the bed. He hasn't combed his hair. His whiskers are all out of shape. Looks like he was probably out all night with his other dog friends. So yeah, not the most attractive creature. Yeah, much we can say there. And this image I thought was spectacular. It almost doesn't seem real. We see a tree with roots that are bigger than its actual trunk. How can this be? I'm not sure. Fascinating image. And of course, this reminds me of a Disney fairy tale. An animated short, perhaps. It's hard to say. This here is my newborn son when he was 2 minutes old, after he stopped crying. And this is him at about 6 months old going, "Hey, how you doing?" And here he's just like, is it time for food yet? So, and look at that. We've reached the end of the class. Guys, it's sometimes tough doing a class when it's completely full because I can't give you guys as much talk time as I would like to. But you guys have done a terrific job of describing the class. I do have some more classes coming up this week. Nothing is booked next week yet, but you know, stay tuned. Anybody who attends my class, when I do book a class, I will send you guys an email so you're aware of upcoming classes.
Okay.
Thank you guys very much for showing up.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, guys.